Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Eagle, U.S. Global Command 6.4. Alright, let's do some tech. There we go. AMD, Advanced Logistics, Long Range Missiles, Advanced Manufacturing. Okay, there is AMD and Advanced Logistics. AMD goes to stage 3. Advanced Logistics is completed. Now, because it's morning again in America, they can roll the AMD die again for a second attempt since they had a success. And look, it is. 8 is what they needed. The Americans finally complete AMD. Finally. And let's just do this. We'll just stack it there with NATO. Okay. All right, that went much better than it could have. Okay, they're not doing any global operations this time, so we're going right into military aid and purchase. Okay, military aid. For, what is that, 8? We're sending NATO mechanized infantry and an SSN. For 6, I have to look. For 6, we're sending Iran a next-gen MBT. For 4, we're sending Pacific Command a destroyer. For 6, they each have armed sales of 2. We're sending Saudi Arabia and UAE each a next-gen MBT. Just 1 each. And that's it for military aid. For purchase, the Americans are spending 5 battle stars and 1 IPP on a minor shipyard upgrade. For 13, 2 Marines and an attack helicopter, and the final 11 on 2 MBTs and a SAM. And then they're building 3 cruise missiles and 1 anti-ship missile. All right, combat. Combat isn't going to be very much. Here, the fighter and the attack bomber from this supercarrier are flying one space down here to I-4 to attack the Soviet destroyer and frigate. Okay, then, yeah. Then, here in the United Kingdom, the B-52 in southern England is going to take off and fly one space to the Midlands, where it shoots 2 cruise missiles into Scotland in a surgical strike. The joint major air base in southern England shoots 1 cruise missile, 2 spaces in there for a total of 3. And then the A-10 here in northeast United States is going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 That's its movement range, plus it has air movement bonus, so 6 will let it land at the Midlands. It's also joining the surgical strike with spy satellite support, so it's at full value. And of course, there's PGMs, so the cruise missiles will have target select. The A-10 always has target select. I don't know if it's going to make a difference if it's Top Gun. I don't think it does. But the Top Gun ASF in Northeastern United States is going to fly a Celestial Eagle mission to try to take out the Soviet spy satellite capability for next turn. And that's going to be it for combat. The Americans don't have a lot of combat choices this turn. Okay, so the first thing is going to be the attack in I-4. No first strikes for anybody. So here we go. For the Americans, there's the fighter, there's the attack bomber. For the Soviets, there's the frigate, there's the destroyer. Fighter, fighter, attack bomber, frigate, destroyer. The attack bomber got a hit, and the defending destroyer got a hit. So, the Soviets will kill the frigate. The Americans will kill the fighter. And the Americans are going to press the attack. They're going to try and take that destroyer out. So the frigate's gone, and the fighter is gone. So now it's destroyer, attack bomber. The attack bomber hit. That time the destroyer missed. So the Soviet destroyer is sunk. Now, does that qualify as a battle against 2 or more surface ships? I believe that does, because that wasn't missile combat, that was actual combat. So that's going to be a Navy battle star for U.S. Global. All right, our next order of business is up here in Scotland. So we've got the 3 cruise missiles and the A-10 going in there. Here are their targets. There's no SAM, so there's no missile or air defense, either one. So here we go. Three cruise missiles and an A-10. Everybody's looking for 5. And there's 2 of them. 2 hits by cruise missiles. And these are target selects. So we're going to select the ACAV and an MBT for the 2 hits, leaving 2 MBTs, an attack chopper, and a Marine. Okay, there's that. Oy, sorry about that. I have been having trouble with this camera today. It's not wanting to stay balanced. I don't know exactly what's going on. Okay, it's still trying to tip. Said I'm not sure. All right, that's it for combat. So non-combat movement. All right, this destroyer from the fleet card is remaining behind the rest of the fleet, which is supercarrier, amphib, a cruiser, 2 frigates, and 2, I guess I should say, the one of the ASW choppers combat move on patrol in I-6. The other ASW chopper combat move is going to remain in I-7 on patrol. And then these guys move up there to I-6. The attack bomber flies back to the supercarrier. All that Navy up there to tie down one SSN that's threatening them tankers. Absolutely disgusting. Okay, the light infantry that has been in Afghanistan since turn 1, he's finally going to airlift out of there. He's not doing any good there. So he's airlifting into Makkah. Over this way. So you got that Soviet SSN on silent running there in A48. So the 2 SSNs in A42 are going to go 1, 2, 3 down here to keep him company. And then to keep him from trying to backtrack, the destroyer and frigate from A42 are moving into A44, I believe that is. They're going to be on picket duty. The destroyer and 2 frigates from A41 are going to do the same thing. They're coming down here to A43. So the SSN can't backtrack through there, and it can't backtrack either through here or around this way without running into blockers. All right, then we move up this way. The supercarrier and the amphib that are right here in A36 are moving 1, 2, 3 up here to A24, and they're going in port with this other amphib. So I'll just move him to the fleet card, and they can all be in port together. Okay. Then the 2 cruisers and 2 battleships that are still in A36 going 1, 2 out there to A35. And down here in Nicaragua, we have 2 next-gen MBTs and a minor port. So only one of them can sea lift out of there at a time. So we're going to take this one, and he goes 1, 2, 3 over there to A35. And then from Northeast United States, we have 2 SAMs and a field artillery that are sea lifting. They can all come out of the major shipyard. 1, 2, 3 into A35 as well. Let me just get a chip for this guy. So those guys are all out there sea lifting. Everybody's sea lifting. And the A-10, of course. Oh, I forgot to do the Celestial Eagle. The A-10 flew up there, and as I said, he was able to land in the Midlands. The B-52 goes back to southern England. But yeah, I need to do that Celestial Eagle attack. So let's do that. A 1 does the job. So the Soviet global spy satellite is out of commission for next turn. Okay, there's that. I believe that's it for non-combat movement. I believe it is. Okay, so now we are placing units. Let's just start right up here. Put the shipyard upgrade there in Northeast United States, that one up there. The attack chopper gets built in Northeast United States, along with the 2 Marines. Oh, I forgot a non-combat move. This SAM from South Africa moves over there to Southwest Africa. And then, oh, can't do that. Too many guys. All right. We're going to build 2 MBTs in South Africa at the minor army base. And then at the minor shipyard, I had selected a SAM, but I can't build that many units there. So instead, at the minor shipyard there in South Africa, we're going to build a frigate. And at the minor air base, with that cost 2, so with the other IPP at the minor air base, we're going to build an ASW chopper there. Getting all the pieces to put it together. Okay, there we go. Now everything's correct. All right, now we deliver aid. So there's no Soviets blocking our path across the Atlantic, through the Med, Suez. Down here, he's on silent running, so he can't block anything. Saudi Arabia's next-gen MBT lands here in Makkah, and then the other one comes around here to UAE. It goes in the blow-up box. Those are delivered. Iran gets its next-gen MBT through the minor port there. NATO gets an SSN delivered to the major shipyard in southern England. They're an A-17. The mech is delivered to the Pomkus site at Benelux. And then Pax Destroyer is delivered to the major shipyard there, West Coast, in port with the amphib. Okay, that's all that. Now we're collecting money. The Americans are at 49. Let's get all this stuff off here out of the way. $49 plus. Is there any pluses? Nope. I don't see any pluses for the Americans. Okay, so 49 is it. Mm. 49 and 1 battle star. I believe that's correct. Yep, Ozark Outpost. Over and out.